All right, so welcome everybody. Welcome to Futures Night Live Trading. This is the first video that I am putting together just to go over some of the things that I do with trading. The main reason that I want to start doing this is I have a regular day job and I just want to do this in the evening time whenever I do have time. Um, I'm in the central time zone, so generally I probably try to trade anywhere between 7 and up to 11 o'clock, just depending on how late I want to stay up, how the markets are moving, and if I need to get a trade in, and I'm waiting for a setup, I may wait. If I don't, I don't. So the whole idea is I want to do this, and I don't want to trade my own money. And there are several companies out there that allow you to take a combine and prove yourself. And when you prove yourself, you can trade their money. So that is ideally the best situation. I would not advise going into this not knowing anything. You should definitely do your homework, um, practice on the sim. This takes a long time to get to know. As you look at the chart here, it's easy just to hop in and say, "Oh, I just want to buy," or "Oh, I just want to sell." That is a bad idea because that's how you get wiped out. Trust me, trading is very hard. It's not easy. Um, so, take your time, learn things, try to find some sort of mentor, watch as much video, practice on as you can, practice on the sim. And, it's just at that point, it's just learning and how you want to move on with your trading skill set, I guess it is. So what I wanted to go over a little bit is talk about what is this setup like? What am I using here? So this is NinjaTrader, and the reason that I'm using NinjaTrader is because Apex is the company that I go to try and trade their money, right? So they have a lot of different options that you can do. They have different size accounts, and they charge like after you pass the combine, which is a 10-day combine, um, which is really good. You go right into a paid account, and they have rules, right? There are different rules and that you have to follow, but they also supply you with the ability to use NinjaTrader. And there are others. I know Top Step is one. But they have you do two combines and you have to do a scaling plan after you pass the first tier of the combine. And then on the second tier, you have to scale into how many contracts you can use. With Apex, you just go into it. There's no scaling. And if you pick, let's see, for example, I would say a popular one is probably the 50K. So you get 10, that's 10 mini contracts. Okay. A mini contract on the S&P 500 is $12.50 per tick. That's per move. And the NASDAQ, for example, is $5. Um, that's a lot. So as you can see, just from looking at this chart right here, let's look at the S&P. It's a little bit easier to see. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and show you. It's hard to display there, but you can see that we're at 38.68.50 and 38.69. Uh, so 38.68 and 38.69, that's 1 point, okay? But within the 1 point, there's four ticks. There's the quarter, there's 50, 75, and the even, 0, 0. So in 1 point, that's four ticks. Four ticks is $50 because each tick is $12.50. So you can see how much money that you can make just with one 3 minute candle. This green 3 minute candle went from 38.66.50 all the way up to 38.60, 8.50. And that's just the green part. You can see that the wicks are at the bottom. This one went down 38.65, 75, all the way up to 38.68, 75. So that's 3 points. That's $150 in movement right there in a 3 minute candle. Okay, that's all I typically trade on is a 3 minute candle. All right. So anyway, that gives you an idea of how much is involved here. So when you put 10 contracts on, that is $120. $120. Is that right? 1250 times 10. Yeah, so that'd be $120 per tick. That is a lot. In order to do that, you're really risking a lot because your drawdown, your trailing threshold is $2,500. That will go in no time. So you really have to watch what you do. All right. So anyway, it gives you a little bit of an idea of how much movement that can happen, how you can wipe yourself out. And by the way, just as a disclosure, I don't know the full disclosure stuff, but there is significant chance for financial loss in trading. So please be aware and don't take this lightly. So let's just go back to Apex and talk a little bit about their trading combine. So right now it's 167 a month, but they always run specials. Like right now, if you do a coupon of this SAV 50, you save 50%. So instead of this being $167, it's 50% of that. Okay. And that's all these combines are all these different levels. You can do a 75,000 one, and you do 12 contracts. And profit goal is 4250, threshold 2750. Okay. There's 100K, there's 150, 250, 300, 35 contracts you can take on this. So this is a major way to make money, and also do it without risking your money. You just prove yourself and then you go from there. So what I want to do is just try and explain how this is possible and how you can get involved. It's not for everyone, but if you have time in the evening, I like to do it in the evening because the markets are not as whippy. And what I mean by that is if you look right now, it is around 7:36 p.m. Okay. Um, so earlier in the day, you can see how this is moving in the evening. It's a little bit more my style. But if we scroll back and we zoom out, let me get into full screen here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's see what happened. Look at the move that it had earlier at 8:30. Okay, this is right at the open, 8:30 in the morning. Now, as I zoom in, you can see how this thing whips around. Um, Sorry, it just takes a minute to kind of zoom in. But as soon as the market opens, first of all, it's the worst thing to do is trade the market on open. This range of this one particular bar is huge, and it's just going up and down. The second one, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, so it's very, very volatile. Now, yeah, there's a great chance to make a lot of money there, but there's also a great chance to lose a lot of money. So you definitely want to stay away from the open. The point is that I'm trying to do this in the evening time. It's a little bit more my style. I have time to actually focus on things and get to know what's going on and take my time. And like I said, yeah, I got a day job, and this is simply for passive income on the side. Uh, so we talked a little bit about Apex and their combine. It's really easy to do. You just go to their website, sign up to whichever one you want. The instructions are great on how you get everything set up. You have to use what's called Rhythmic Trader Pro. That is the data feed, and that is basically the brokerage. I think that is handling everything in the background. NinjaTrader, they give you a license for NinjaTrader to trade with, and that is really good because you don't have to pay for anything. Their data fees are included. The use of Ninja, that's all included. It's free. Okay, so you can literally start this for that one combine price, which was, let's just say we do the 50K, $167 a month with that save 50. You can do it for right around, a little under $100. Now the other thing is they always run other specials. Sometimes they do 80% off. That means you could do a 50K full combine for like 35 bucks. That's just sick. It's insane. And you can do multiple accounts. You can open as many accounts as you want to. And and they can even you could even allow and hook them up and trade multiple accounts at the same time. So, there's a lot of options that you can do. Right now, I'm just going to focus on the basics, okay? We've got NinjaTrader. We're in this Apex Combine. I've actually passed the Combine. I'm going to start trading live. So I kind of want to document the process and how I do and hopefully help educate you who may be new to this or just maybe looking to get into it. But it's a great way to make money. And you know, it's not gambling when you can look at some things and you have a methodology, you have tools that you use to help predict where you think the market is going to go. It's all set in these candlesticks, okay? I trade off price action typically. And by doing that, you look at these candles and it tells you what the market is doing, okay? There's different levels that we set. All of this stuff is very important to how you understand what is going on. You can see it here that I have these different boxes set up. So this tells me where price got rejected as it went up. Okay, so I just want to put these lines in here so I know how and where the market went before it got rejected. The same thing down below. You can see that there's areas where it tried to go and it got rejected. So you use all of these little tools that can help you figure out where are things going to go? How do I get in without losing a lot or um, hitting your stop losses is bad, but also making major gains. So again, we are at 741 and you can see how things are kind of progressing up here. It was kind of in a channel for quite a while. So right around here, this whole area is a little bit of chop, but when you zoom in, there's opportunities that are presenting itself. Okay. All right. So we talked a little bit about Apex. We talked about Ninja. Um, right now the combine that I am in or the account that I passed allows 4 contracts. Okay. And that's really all I need. I'm probably going to typically trade with 3 or less, unless there's just something that is so ripe that I want to get into with 4 contracts. Um, you're going to risk a lot, but there's a potential big payout for it too. So, use it as you see. Now, what I do is um, in my strategy, they have these ATM strategies. Okay, so this is where you define your take profit and your stop loss. Okay, so in this situation, I call this SP4 just because it's for the S&P 500. You can see up here contract is ES 1222. I've got 4 contracts on here and I have 3 targets. The first 2 targets are the profit is 4 points. My stop loss is eight, sorry, not points, ticks, 4 ticks. And then stop loss is 8 ticks. Okay. The next one would be at 8 ticks. Stop loss stays at 8. And the third one, I don't have a profit because profit target, it's set at the 0 because I just want this set up as a runner. So if it just decides to take off, I just trail it. And I'll get into a little bit about how I do that when that does happen. So the other basic, let's see. So there's so many that I have, but I try to focus on the basics with you just to get started. So here's just a one contract, profit 4, stop loss 8. Okay. So I'm going to just hop into a trade here. I don't know if it's going to go up or down or what, but from what I can tell, from what I'm looking at right here, it looks like it has potential to go up. But let's just see. So it came up here, um, it hit kind of this what I would call like a doji candlestick. So there's a little bit of indecision in here, but the trend is going up if you look at it from a very small 3-minute time frame. So if anything, I'm going to guess this thing's going long. Okay, I'm just going to get in the trade to show you what
Order
happens.
submitted.
Okay, so let's just try to
Order
get
filled.
in here. You can see as soon as I put that trade on and I got into the market, it put the stop loss right down here and it put the profit goal up here. So if you look at where we got in, which is 38.72, 4 ticks was 1 point, which is 38.73. Now the stop loss is 2 points below that. You can see I'm at 38.72 and the stop loss is at 38.70. Okay. So right now it's in probably a little bit of a sideways move, but it tried to come down and got rejected. So I'm going to guess this thing's going to go up and hit this. It's more of a probable trade to go long, and plus the tools that I have set up on another area is indicating that that's where I kind of want to go. So as this kind of plays out, we can talk a little bit more about these trading strategies and Ninja in general. Um, so what I have is a chart trader. A lot of people use a DOM trader too, which is called depth of market. And you can I just kind of throw this in there, but you can see that this is a depth of market trading tool. So you can enter here using this ladder. On the left would be buy, right is sell. Okay, so you can see as this thing kind of moves up, there's a lot of different things that you can set up inside
Target
of
filled.
this. Okay, so we got filled and we made our $50 right here. So, okay. I don't use the DOM as much because the one that's provided uh, with Apex is not a static DOM. It's a dynamic DOM. And what that means is as this thing moves, and let me just widen it a little bit here. As this thing moves, you can see that these numbers are moving up and down. It's very hard to track there. So, the only way that you can stop it from moving is hover your mouse over it. And I do not like that. Okay. So as you take it off and you're trying to get a price in here, it just gets difficult. So I just stick to the chart for now. All right. So you can see that this thing's kind of ripping up, which is good. And it's kind of what we expected to. It hit a doji here, candlestick, with some indecision. It came down. It tried to push lower, but the trend is kind of up. It got rejected, came back up. So right here, it would have been a good place to get in and take that point that we just got. So that's a little bit about what I'm trying to do here. This is going to be in the evening time. It's just gonna, hang out with me basically. We'll go over what we do. I'll talk about some of the setups that I do. Um, I'm not going to get up a lot of detail into the secret sauce and what I do, but I'll definitely help make calls and get you involved. If you have questions, we can kind of look through some of those things and I'd be willing to help to a certain degree, but for the most part, I'm just here to kind of go through things and just to hold this, do like a live stream of this and see how things work out. All right, so we talked about Apex, we talked about NinjaTrader and all of that setup. There's so much more that you can learn, and I'm not really going to get into a lot of the details. But what I will do is help point you in the right direction and um, try to do this on a daily basis, Sunday through Thursday. So it'd be Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. So you've got 5 nights during the week that you can trade. And I'll probably keep the hours between somewhere between 7:30 to 10:30, something like that. It just depends. I'm probably not going to be doing it every single night. I will be taking some time off, but I'll be doing these streams as much as I can. So, all right. With that said, uh, stay tuned and like, subscribe, so you get updates, alerts when I do go live, and we can just hang out, see where things go, and try to attack this trading and make a little bit of money on the side. All right. Thanks, everybody. And we will talk to you later.